Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we have the Witch Weaver, aka the Harris Reed x Monster High collaboration doll. I feel like this would actually match with the RuPaul doll. I don't think this is like a Sculptor doll, like it doesn't say it on the box at least. So this is kind of like a one-off collaboration, so yeah. This doll dropped on Friday and it shipped at the end of Friday and was here on Sunday. I was kind of surprised. I didn't pay for like expedited shipping, nothing like that. I was actually really excited about this doll when the stock pictures dropped. I just really like the aesthetic. This doll retailed for $75, which is kind of the standard Monster High standalone collector price, which is never worth the price. Harris Reed is a designer and he is gender fluid. I think it also could count as androgynous. The Witch Weaver character, which is this character right here, goes by they, them. Harris is he, him. Witch Weaver is they, them. It's a gender fluid doll. So it is a Monster based doll with a more feminine look, which I actually really think is cool and very unique. And of course, that is what drawed me in. But I also really do like the fashion pieces and the hat looks really cool. You can't really see it right now because it looks like it's a big window, which is part of the box. So let's actually look at the box and then we can get onto the physical doll. The box is really big because this doll is 15 inches tall if you have the boots and the hat on. It's gonna need a bit of shelf space. By the way, this doll is still available if you do want it. I'm gonna put an affiliate link down below if you want to get it. If you don't want to use my affiliate link, that's fine, I don't care. So the box is kind of very Harry Potter to me. I can't describe it. It just kind of feels like a Harry Potter like merch item from like the early 2000s. No, I've never seen Harry Potter. On the top, it says Witch Weaver right here. And something cool about this box is it looks very glittery and it even has like that glitter effect to it, but it doesn't feel like glitter. The name is also in a gold ribbon. The side of the box also has some lampposts that are really pretty, along with some purple spider webs that also look like the hat. Inside of the box, you can see it looks like there is supposed to be curtains and they're kind of just like pop outs, which is really nice. And the side of the box actually says Harris Reed, while the other side just says Monster High. On the back of the box, you can see there is a giant cutout so you can actually see the hat of the doll, which is really cool. So a lot of natural light can actually go through, and I think that would look super pretty, especially if you have like colorful lights like I do. I did buy two of this doll. I was kind of like debating if I should or should not. I've been kind of not doing it this year, but also I have not really been buying too much Monster High releases this year. I've been skipping out on a lot of them. So I'm very excited to see how that's going to display wherever I decide to put all my box dolls, because right now my doll room's a mess and there is just a bunch everywhere. But anyways, the back of the box has some really cool drapes and more columns, and there's also a skelett going around the circle to like show as another window. Then I'm going to let you pause and read this because for some reason I stumble my words when I'm reading and I do not need to embarrass myself anymore. Also, the bottom of the box says Monster High x Harris Reed and it's in a kind of a gold metallic like fonting. I have not said that in a long time. Rest in peace, Rainbow High. Anyway, this box is massive. I need to get this doll out of it so we can actually like look at it because it's really hard to get in frame. Let's open this doll real quickly, see what they're giving, see if it's worth $75. They really made this box so hard to open, oh my god. Okay guys, I got Witch Weaver out of the box and not gonna lie, it was probably one of the hardest boxes that I had to open in a long time. As you guys may have seen, I did rip the box because I'm just not having it. You know, opening it was really hard. But before we look at the Witch Weaver doll, let me show you everything that they came with. Firstly, they came with a Monster High Manster stand. This doll also came with a certificate of authenticity. The last thing that the doll comes with is this really cool hat. It does look like a halo when it's on the doll, but it is in fact a giant hat. It's pretty see-through. It's just a solid piece of plastic and it has a bunch of like beading. There is a comb inside of the hat, so this will actually fit on the doll's head. I was kind of curious on how it's supposed to sit, but now that confirms it, so I'm happy about that. It's a really cool piece though. I actually like it. It's not as heavy as I thought it was. I think most of the weight from this doll is actually coming from the shoes because they're really big, and we'll see them in a second because wow, love them. Now that we pretty much looked at everything that the Witch Weaver doll comes with, we can actually look at the doll. Anyways, let's start from the head and move all the way down to the shoes. So this head sculpt is actually brand new. A lot of people were saying it looked like the Hunter Huntsman head sculpt or a Juice head sculpt, but no, this is just a brand new head sculpt for 2024 according to the back of the head. The doll does have a white skin complexion. It isn't really giving monster. Now Witch Weaver is like a witch vampire, I think. That's at least what I'm getting at from the looks of it, or just like a normal person who just does witchcraft. The face is actually really pretty. There is a little black spider web decal on the top of the eyebrow. It does kind of feel a little out of place, not gonna lie, but it is actually really pretty. There's also one under the other eye, which I feel like that that makes a little more sense than this one does. Now, I have seen some people talking about the eyebrows. I kind of think they look like the eyebrows have like little eyelashes. I'm not sure if you guys see what I'm talking about. But yeah, they're just dark eyebrows with little flicks in them that look like spider webs or like little legs. The eyes are actually really, really pretty though. They're a kind of greeny color with a little shine in the middle. For the makeup, it's a bronzy eyeshadow look, which is actually really cute. And the lips are kind of like this really deep red, and there are little white things. Now, the hair is my favorite part of a doll. It is pretty much a red saran. It is almost similar to the Pennywise doll. It's really pretty. It has a nice little wave in it, but it seems like it kind of disappeared once I opened the box. Witch Weaver does also have a middle part. As for the thickness of the hair, this doll seems to have a really dense rooting pattern, which is really good. The hair is definitely one of the things that really drew me to the doll especially, so I love it. Witch Weaver does have earrings and they are chromed up, so I don't have to do that myself. So as you can see, it's kind of like a little star pendant with a little galette hanging from the bottom of it. But these earrings are actually really, really pretty. I would actually wear these. There's also a little pendant that is also chromed up, just like the earrings, and that is actually connected to the little ribbon bow that is on the shirt. I thought this is maybe like a necklace, but yeah, it's just a cute little pendant for decoration. Almost to look like a choker, but it is actually part of the outfit. So even if you untie it, it's just going to be a string that is attached to the Velcro in the back. Speaking of the outfit, we have this kind of like Harley Quinn look going on with the print. It is actually very similar to the Harmony Ghoul that came out last year for the Off-White collection. I'm looking at her as we speak, and I don't think it's the exact same because this one is a little bit bigger than hers. I don't think they use the same fabric, but it's definitely very similar in the feel and look. So it's pretty much this really cool top that has a bunch of little elastics in it to kind of keep this like balloon look that it's got going on. I really do like the sleeves. They do look very jester-like, and I think that's really, really cool. There's also a little bit of a collar up here, and as I mentioned earlier, there is a black little ribbon right here that is tied in a bow. Okay, I got so scared for a second when I went to the back and I saw it all kind of lining up perfectly, but it does seem to be separate, so I'm happy about that. So because the material is very sheer, you could kind of see the chest of Witch Weaver right there. So they also have this little vest on right here that is a metallic foil print, and you could kind of see my finger in it. That's how like reflective it is, and it's very, very pretty. It's just got a bunch of like spiderweb details and some other ornate kind of things going on with it. It doesn't transfer all the way to the top. As you can see, it's just black and then it fades down to the gold, so almost like an ombre, but in this case it kind of just stops right there. Before we move on to the pants, I just wanted to show you the arms of Witch Weaver. They do have that little spider web that was on their face as a upper arm tattoo. They also have a knuckle ring that goes over 2 fingers in the middle, and then it kind of just goes over the spread out ones. I am probably going to chrome that up myself. They also gave the doll the dot nail polish that Harris actually wears in real life, which is really cool. So moving on to the pants, I originally thought this was a mermaid skirt, which is something Mattel loves to do, and it irks most of us collectors because it's really overdone, but it's actually pants that have a flare out at the bottom. So the pants are made of satin, a Mattel staple. Along with some black foil on them that has a spiderweb detail. The pants are high-waisted. I kind of wish that they maybe did a different material for the pants, like a velvet or something like that. Just something that feels a little more deluxe, because I feel like the satin is getting overused and it's just not very collector. So when we move to the bottom, and yes, this doll is standing on their own, they have a similar material to Symphony from the Off-White doll, but it's not as soft. That is really, really pretty, and it does not seem to come off. It's just gathered and sewn to the pant leg. Underneath, they are just wide-legged and they go all the way to the floor. And there is a big slit in the back, so you can see the really, really cool shoes. So in order to show you the shoes, I had to roll up the pants fully, but I'm not mad to do that because they look really, really cool. They're these really chunky boots that have a really high platform and a heel. In the original version of these shoes, I think the heel portion is actually like a silver glitter, so I kind of might do that for this shoe. And I might also gloss them up because I feel like they're almost the glossiness I would like on the shoe, but they could be a lot glossier. But they have a really cool spiderweb detail on the main boot, along with like a kind of chunky rhinestoney kind of vibe. Think Boo York stand, kind of that vibe. And I think they're really, really cool. It does seem that the foot is the normal Manster foot. So here is the black and white Frankie from the Skull Shores movie. They are a bit loose on them, and there is a pretty noticeable gap. So here they are on a G3 Frankie, and they actually fit them very, very well. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on these shoes too. They actually look really sick. I love these. They're almost up there with Lady Gaga shoes because they're just really cool. Like, I love these. And now that now that we pretty much looked at the doll, I'm going to add on the little hat and see how well it sticks, because I feel like the little comb is not going to do its job. So yeah, it does definitely work, but it will mess up the hair. So if you are going to be doing this on a doll that you're going to restyle or do the waves of, just be careful with it. I feel like you would be better off using pins. Let me put this doll on their stand and we can end up this video with my final thoughts on the Witch Weaver doll. Anyways guys, I did use a pin to keep the little hat on for the rest of this video, and I'm probably going to keep it that way so when I do display this doll, it's not going to fall off and cause chaos like some accessories do. So I applaud Monster High and Mattel for doing a gender fluid or androgynous doll, and I think it was really cool. It was a nice surprise, and I think none of us really were expecting it. I think the doll is actually really pretty. I know a lot of people are not a fan of the doll, or they just don't think it matches their aesthetic, or they just don't like it being on a Mancer body, but I actually really do like this doll. I think some things about it could be better, for instance like the material of the pants. And another thing I would fix is the hat. I don't think a lot of people are going to have pins accessible, so I wish that they had done that a little better, but other than that, I like everything else about this doll. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this doll down below. I'm going to give this doll a solid 6.5 out of 10 for the reasons stated. If you do want to purchase this doll, I'm going to put the links in the description down below. But anyways, if this is your first time watching my channel, hi, my name is Jay and I do doll stuff. Duh. And I'd love you to join the cornfield and become a cornflake today, because we're icons over here. Follow me on Instagram or on TikTok. It's the same username. It's ZombieXCorn. But anyways guys, I will see you in my next video. But till then, bye!